and new heavyweight champion of the world. Francis, how does that feel?
Oh, Joe, I don't know if I can find a word, a vocabulary to express this.
So what we're going to do is, we're here live real time now, but I'm going to do some jump cuts as last night I got sick and I'm kind of pissed off at myself. So I did get a chance to watch the fight, but I had to watch it from the couch. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch some highlights. Shout out to Francis Ngannou with the second round brutal KO of long reigning, as they've been calling him, the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. But now that can be overtaken in Stipe Miocic. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. So let's go over here and go down to the recap. Yo, you saw just from the very first round that it was going to be some issues. This is from CBS Sports, by the way.
The head. He started punching at the body, and the reason why he started punching at the
body,
we're going
to break down
was
everything.
Just in case Stipe was going to try to shoot underneath his arms and try to go for the body to take down right out the gate. So he made it really uncomfortable for Stipe to do that just by throwing some hard shots at his body and making it hard for Stipe to lower his level. Then once he had him going with that, he started faking.
Once he had him right here, it was over. Every shot, you can tell he wanted to leave no doubt. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the stoppage and listen to the post-fight interview. Also, we also got some more post-fight content from basically all over the place. We're going to hear what DC has to say. We're going to hear what Chael has to say about potential Jon Jones fight. Michael Bisping. We're even going to see the tweets from Jon Jones. And I got to be honest with you. I'm really hype. I hope that UFC don't fuck this up and give Jon Jones what he wants. Give him what he wants. I want this fight. My personal opinion, I'm going with Ngannou, but I'm not saying Jon Jones can't do it. What do you think he's putting all his weight on for? Dude is huge right now. So once again, take a time out. Please subscribe. Like the video. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. Let's break this bad boy down.
So then he knew that then Stipe started getting on his heels.
Molding.
He was on, the pressure that Francis was coming with. Then after that, the big shots started coming. And then once the big shots started coming, it was just a matter of time before Francis found.
Let me get you a clip of the knockdown.
A lot of tools that Jon Jones is not used to, going in there with a long reach and
leave these big openings. Fight him.
Knockout for Ngannou.
Sorry about those weird random cuts. You got to be careful because UFC will take your video down. So let's listen to the champ. And if it's not Jon Jones, it's going to be Derek Lewis, right? We also have the post-fight press conference, which we're going to be uploading. So we're going to be here for about another, we're going to make this video less than 15 minutes long while we break down everything and look at everything through the night. So once again, please subscribe. I apologize for not going live last night, but going forward, as I'm working on things, we're going to be going live during UFC events and showing you brief, legal, fair use highlights. So if you want to get the full shebang on fight night, this is going to be the place to be. So we're working on it. We're getting there. Please subscribe. Let's listen in.
But it feels so amazing, bro. Even though I've been fighting, winning fight, but I had this thing inside of me that I never released it. Since this was like a promise that I made to myself since when I was young, to be one day in the first stage and to prove the doubter and people that thought that I was beneath them, that it wasn't my fault, and if ever I have an opportunity, I'll do something great and even better, even greater, and that's what I'm here for. I'm working to the greatness.
Francis, it was a great honor to have you on my podcast and to hear your story.
Absolutely.
Of what you've gone through in your life, the incredible journey that you went to get out of Cameroon and to make it to Europe, and all the months that it took for you to get there. For all of that to happen, and now for you to wind up the heavyweight champion of the world, has to be one of the most spectacular feelings a human being could ever experience.
So just imagine something that you had your eye on for like decades, and once it finally happened. I mean, even if it was something that nobody could have believed that it would happen, it finally happened. So the feeling of it is so is so great, you know, to be doubted by people all the time and finally make your way and technically get them wrong. I think there is a huge feeling of satisfaction. And then as for tonight, I just done with my childhood. Excuse me, can I have a water?
Francis, let's talk through the fight itself now, because you came out very measured. It was a very calm strategy. You came out very efficient. You landed big shots. You stuffed the takedown. You had Stipe hurt in the first round, but you learned the lessons of the first fight, and that was very clear.
Absolutely. I mean, so far that is my biggest experience in the combat sport. You know, that night of January 2018 was the biggest night of my life. And it might sound weird to say this, but even though I didn't have a belt, I knew that I didn't lose that fight of way of how I gained my experience and how I learned about mixed martial art and my fighting IQ, how to manage fight, you know. So I have a great outcome from that fight.
So even though you lost, it was still a great benefit.
Yeah, it was a great benefit from that fight, and I believe that benefit pushed me, rise me higher than this.
We're going through it in slow-mo. Watch this. Look how Ngannou just ate that right here. Also, even though he got knocked out and put to sleep, you still have to give Stipe some credit for the shots he was taking in the first round and also before the KO. He was eating some mean ones. But Herb Dean is in the way right here. But to get to him, he ate a quick one, something that will probably knock a lot of the fighters out. So watch. You're going to see, not that he dodges that one. Ooh, look how close that was. 6'4", 264 pounds. Shit. Now watch, you're going to see it come in. Look at Stipe. You got to see it, but he ate it. Boom. And then he goes in. Man. Look at the knee. Damn. Too bad I didn't cover it last night, huh? When a motherfucker had 1 million views probably. Oh, well, whatever. It is what it is. Let's do a jump cut. I wish we could listen to all of this, but I'm going to put the link down below in the description box because we have a lot of content to digest. So take your time out. Please subscribe. We're going to jump around one more time.
Talking to the media, and people asked him about Jon Jones facing Francis Ngannou. He joked. He said, if Bones is at home watching this fight, he should go down to 185. Of course, he was the 205 champion for a long time, so Bones responds, I didn't gain all this weight for no reason. Let's go, baby. Clearly talking about a potential match with Ngannou. Show me the money, but of course you're going to say that. That's what you do. You're a professional, so you want to get paid to do it. Chael and Michael back here with us, and hey, guys, like, we do this for a living, but we're also fans. You guys, you know, we're competitors, but I know you also enjoy watching good fighters compete. So, Chael, tell me why this fight potentially between Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones would be so good.
Well, when Jon Jones says, show me the money, same as anyone else when they say it, they mean, I don't want to fight. Now, just because he doesn't want to fight him doesn't mean he won't fight him. Jon Jones is a...
I don't believe that. I believe Jon Jones wants to fight. But for a fight like this, he should make sure he's doing everything to get the most money out of it. I'm not saying be irrational, you know, or not reasonable and fuck up the fight. But I don't agree with Chael right here.
Competitor. If you back him into a corner, he's going to come out fighting. Look, I like the speed of Jon Jones. I like the length of Jon Jones. I don't believe Jon Jones is going to circle in front of the big man. I think he's going to start picking him apart, and he's got the reach to do it. I also did see that one wrestling exchange. If Jon Jones can get in on that single, he can likely drag him down. However, if the big man, the champion in Ngannou, can stuff Jon Jones's takedowns, Francis will knock him out.
Mike, how do you see it?
Oh my word. Listen, if you're John Jones, you're like, why on earth does Francis Ngannou exist right now? Because if you put him up against DC, he beat DC twice already. Junior Dos Santos, Stipe Miocic, all of these guys, these former champions, Jones would have a very, very good fight against them. But when you can match him up against Ngannou, I mean, what is he going to do? Is he going to take him down? That would be his only path to victory. He isn't going to stand and strike with him. John Jones is a tremendous striker, but he doesn't have the kind of knockout power that Francis Ngannou does. That is just a fact. Now, the thing about John Jones, and this is what made him the greatest of all time, is that he's a master of strategy and a master of game plans. Every single time we have seen John Jones go out there and beat people in a way that really captured the imagination, because it was a way that people didn't expect. Jones is a very, very smart fighter. That's what's going to be so interesting about this. If he goes toe-to-toe, fighting, you know, power against power, he loses that fight all day long. But that's not how Jones fights. He's going to come up with some kind of game plan. I don't know what it is right now, but he's definitely going to try and drag him out to the later rounds and expose a cardio weakness. But still, I think Ngannou, just like this fight, will come into this one as a very big favorite.
Okay, just so I'm clear, guys, it sounds as if both of you do not think this would be a good idea for Bones Jones to fight Francis Ngannou. Do I have that correct? Mike, you go.
Listen, it's disrespectful to John Jones to say that,
okay,
but I'm saying nobody on the planet Earth wants to fight Francis Ngannou right now. It's not a slight on John Jones.
But John Jones is openly talking about it. What's he putting the weight on for? He's openly saying he wants to move to heavyweight, and he's doing it. And then the only name that's been circling around is, oh, him versus Ngannou. Even if Ngannou didn't win the night, even before this fight was even official, it was like, let's see him versus Ngannou. So what is he moving? You know, but I do feel that his best chance would be trying to take him down. But this Ngannou 6'4", 263. With that long-ass reach, it's going to be a mean fight. It's going to be a mean fight. Let's go look at the rankings. The heavyweight division is deep, and it can happen. You know what was a big story in the heavyweight division? And I'm kind of like, you know, a little sad about it. Overeem. He had a nice little story going. So, of course, Ngannou now the champion. Derek Lewis, you know, if it's not John Jones. John Jones should fight either or, but I'm pretty sure that Derek Lewis, unless it was like a big major money thing, that him and Ngannou would happen if it's not John Jones. Curtis Blades, he's still out there. I watched his last couple of fights. See, once you go from 3 on down, everybody's dangerous for the most part. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to John Jones moving to heavyweight, he would definitely be... I'm wondering. I think John Jones can beat Derek Lewis at heavyweight. I think he can beat Volkov at heavyweight. I think he can beat Rosenstrike at heavyweight. When it comes to Ngannou and Stipe, I don't know. But think about the path of John Jones if he does fight there. And then remember, hold on, let me motherfucker say this real quick. I don't come on here claiming to be no motherfucking UFC mixed martial arts historian or no expert or no bullshit like that. Consider me a fan, just a fan to have all this nerd shit, and I do dabble in media. You see what I'm saying? So y'all can talk to me. Y'all can say, nah, T-Street, this is this and this and that. You know, I'm not smug. But what I'm saying is I watch the fights. I put in the time and I watch these fights. So I'm not just sitting here. I don't have fight parties. I'm not watching fights with friends. I'm sitting here in my man cave watching these fights. So I hope that that's enough for you to understand that I take this shit seriously. You see what I'm saying? So with that little rant right there, I forgot my motherfucking thoughts. Oh, I was saying the story. Now, it's a long shot, but let's say, for example, let's say John Jones has a great path and story at heavyweight, and he'll be able to retire if he wants to, because I think the Izzy fight, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Now, think about it like this. John Jones versus Ngannou. Then, and then if he wins, you can have John Jones versus Stipe. Then whatever happens with that, what if DC wants to come back? I'm not saying he will. What if? What if? You see what I'm saying? That's a crazy story right there. And then if Jon Jones wants to, he can retire. And the argument will definitely be, is he the greatest of all time? That would be crazy right there. Perfect world, though. And by the way, I'm a Jon Jones guy. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. So once again, I apologize for making you guys wait. And remember, I'm suffering too by not going live or doing my video last night. So, you know, but thank you for watching. And also, I was about to forget. 3 African champions. Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, and now Francis Ngannou. That's some beautiful shit right there. And one thing I love about mixed martial arts and covering mixed martial arts outside of boxing, and the boxing fans may be a little mad at this, it's like it's no racial bullshit over here. At least I don't see it. Like, it feels good to be able to actually cover the sport and all races come together and enjoy each other. And it's like, oh, the black fighter and oh, the white fighter. I'm loving UFC. I'm loving my venture over here so far, all right? It's less stressful. So I got to stop treating UFC like the side chick and start really, really being consistent, which is why I'm telling you, we're going to be soon going live during all of these UFC events. And they're going to be fruitful streams, not with like dead content and things like that. We're working on it, though. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. Please take your time out, like the video, and also follow me on Twitter at FightView360. But my personal Twitter is TStreet4Life. That's TSTREET, the number 4 LIFE. Please subscribe.